You're listening to What's Up, Van Horn? And here are your hosts, DJ Rewind and Chris the Chief Herrera.
And good morning, Van Horn, Texas. How we doing today?
What's up, Van Horn?
What's going on, everybody?
Not much, dude. Just want to give you a heads up. I'm leaving to Tucson on Friday and won't be back till Monday afternoon.
So you're leaving Friday and won't be back till Monday afternoon.
Yeah.
So in other words, you're not gonna be here for
Yeah,
Monday.
I'm not going to
next
be here
Monday.
for Monday's show.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can call in the old faithful Mr. Brian River at that time.
Right on. Yeah, no, I'm going to Tucson. I got to get out of here for a little bit.
You're getting stir crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't been out to Tucson for over a year.
It's been a year already.
Yeah, it's been a year. Well, I've been here for 2 years, but
Since the last visit.
Yeah, last year I went in January for New Year's, and then I think I went in May, so probably like less than that. But still, I got to get out of here. I got to go see my sister and my niece.
Pretty cool, pretty cool. We have another special guest in the studio today. Please give a round of applause for Mrs. Was it Lois Hill? Mm-hmm. Lois Hill.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, she is also running for, what is it, JP? Justice of the Peace Precinct 3.
Right.
And your opponent is Mr. Michael Davis.
Yes.
Yeah. So I've never known what the JPs do. I mean, because most of the JPs that everybody knows the main JP, which I don't think it's the main JP, but I mean, Precinct 1 really handles everything. So what does another JP from a different precinct do?
Okay. The judge emailed me some information to share with our listeners. And basically, the JPs preside over court. They're the most accessible courts for the average citizen for small cases like misdemeanor cases, small civil cases where it doesn't exceed the amount of a $10,000 controversy. They also can conduct inquest, issue warrants for search and arrest. They can issue civil process, conduct preliminary hearings, administer oaths, perform marriages, and serve as a coroner and conduct inquest. And I know that, for example, like when my father passed away, Mr. A.P. Flores, came to our house to assist in that situation. And to me, that was very comforting to our family because he was a good friend of our family and a good friend of my father's. And it was nice to have someone there that knew our family that could help in that situation. So they had the JP in that situation had to pronounce my father deceased before they could remove the body.
How, I mean, because my main concern is like, I know JPs, I know some of the JPs in town and they do that, but how often are you going to really preside in court and give the offenses to people and stuff like that? That's what I'm kind of asking, because I see, if anybody gets a ticket, I mean, where do you go? You go to JP1.
Right.
Most of the time. And I know you're running for
Miss Kincaid, and
so you will stay pretty busy doing that because most of the time you're gonna have all those tickets from up in the mountain and stuff like that.
right. And I think some of the JPs, when they need to hold court, will go to the county courthouse, from what I understand. And Miss Kincaid has an office up there.
So will you be moving up there, or will you stay down here, or how will that work?
Well, I talked to Judge Urias about that, and he said that would be something that would be discussed with whoever wins that
Whoever wins that position.
that position.
So it doesn't necessarily have to move. You have to move up there.
No.
It's just it's more convenient if you're up there.
Right, or if you need to go up there to handle tickets or
Yeah.
or things like
Because that's
that.
something the county would actually have to. I would imagine would have to pay for would be a
Yeah.
trip up there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So and your opponent is Mr. Michael Davis.
Yes, Michael was a student of mine in high school, so that's interesting, and you know whether Michael wins or I win, I think our precinct will be handled very well because he's a very intelligent young man and he works hard at everything that he does, and I know that he does a lot of volunteer work with our fire department and goes out on a lot of emergency calls and works with DPS. So he's a good opponent, and I think it's good to have good opponents running for an office.
I think so too.
So that people have a good choice, and you know, I have no political ambitions other than to serve my community.
Which is that's probably the most important ambition anyway.
Right.
You know, because if you're in it for the money, it's a different story.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's not that much money.
Yeah,
so.
and that was my next question. How much do JPs get paid?
Well, I think it depends on precincts and how much revenue they bring in with the tickets. Like you said, JP1 is the biggest. I know that's a full-time position, where JP3, I think they said, was a part-time position. So I think it just depends on the amount of cases and revenues that they bring in. And
But they have to have an average. You know what I mean? I'm saying they have to have because besides JP1, JP2, JP3 would probably be the next busiest, considering that everybody's getting their tickets from the mountain up there. Because there's quite a few travelers up on 62 180.
Right.
You know, so and when are the elections?
The county clerk's office told me that early voting begins February the 17th or 18th through 27th, and the general election is March the 4th.
So March the 4th, which is a
Right.
Monday.
And early voting takes place at the courthouse, and for precinct 3 on the general election, our voting place is at the school administration office. So.
That's not too bad. You got me with
Go
a
and
part
vote.
burrito in my mouth.
I know what's up with that. Really?
I'm hungry, dude.
And while I'm
I was
here, I
super
want to
hungry.
say a big shout out to the graduating class of 1976.
Oh.
1976.
We were the bicentennial seniors, so hello everyone from 1976.
I wasn't even born yet. So, well, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool that the whole JP deal, because I've never been into politics until probably a couple years ago, and it's pretty interesting the stuff they do. You know, so
I was telling Miss Hill and one of my bartenders. I go, I'm not into politics. I go, put it in a reality TV show, and I probably can break it down for you.
I guarantee, yeah, it's gonna be like like a type of Van Horn judges show on E, especially on E. Huh?
Especially, yeah. I'll break it down for you. But other than that, I'm clueless.
Yeah, you're clueless
I
about
just-
politics.
I
Well, see, you can't. See, that's the thing, dude. I was the same way, but you can't really be too clueless because it affects you. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like eventually you're gonna have to deal with these people, and not people by a mean way, but you have to deal with these people because if you get a ticket, you gotta go talk to these people, or you mean there's gonna be something like, for example,
I've been lucky not to.
it can be the commissioners that ban a liquor license in town or ban any type of alcohol. So they decide that. So see now, like I can see the reaction on your face, and you'd make an uproar about it. You know what I mean?
Gosh.
So you have to, and not that they're gonna do it.
No,
but,
no,
you know
but
what I'm
still,
saying?
like just the thought.
Yeah, that it's in their hands, and these are the people that represent you. You know what I mean? So that's why it's important to choose somebody who you like, because they're gonna. In other words, they're talking for you. You know what I mean? So if you're gonna pick somebody to talk for you, you actually have to make sure those people kind of agree with what you say. So that's kind of important. At least I think so. So, do you plan to do any campaigning around town? Because I know a lot of opponents, they put up billboards and stuff like that. And I mean, you're making a step here by coming on the show with us and letting people know that you're running for office. Which, by the way, I do invite anybody who's running for office to come on here. And but
You want some water to choke down the burrito?
I got coffee,
Well,
man. I got coffee.
I do plan to go to door and to send out postcards. I don't plan to put up signs. They might blow down, or people might not really pay attention to them. But I think talking to people is a good way to really let people know who you are and what your intentions are.
I was really hoping the Mercado was going to be built by now.
Yeah.
For the reason that I would love... See who needs water now.
I know, huh?
For the reason that I would love to have some kind of debate for the upcoming people that are running for office. I think that'd be awesome. That'd be good for city coming up as well.
Yeah.
So why the interest in JP? And I know why the interest in JP? Why not mayor or alderman or something like that?
I think my interest is because I do have a master's degree in research and writing, and some of my classes were in law. And so I've always had a lot of interest in legal research, and I do know how to do legal research and use the West Law Library and go into law libraries. So to me, that's very interesting.
So it'd kind of be an easy position for you to adapt to.
Well, I know that I'd have to go to training,
But what I'm saying is, like, if you did go to training, you'd pick it up real quick because
Yes.
it's kind of the same thing.
I'm good with computers, and I'm real good with research. That was my specialty in
Which was one of
college.
Miss Kincaid's deals that, and I don't see nothing wrong with keeping books and stuff like that, but it's just that nowadays everything's so, like,
Is
it's modern.
computer,
Yeah, it's modern. I was talking to AP a while back, and he told me that, when he was a deputy or whatever he was, I think he was a cop or something, that if they stopped somebody and he was wanted, it would take them 2 weeks to figure it out because their fingerprints have to get sent off.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so you could have like a wanted criminal passing through your county and not even know it. And you could actually stop him and not even know it because the fingerprints would take so long to get through.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's not like that. I mean, all you need is your driver's license, and pretty much they run your name, and if you're wanted, it comes up right on the DPS's computer, the local sheriff's or local police officer's computer.
Right.
So earlier you were talking about how, the judge does all this stuff and that's on a county level. I understand because all we have is the sheriff's office.
Right.
Do you feel like, because I know there's a municipal court in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that there's no need for that since we have stuff like that here? Like, because everything's on a county level pretty much. There's no police department. So it's just a sheriff's office here in Van Horn.
I know through experience when I was married to Mr. Flanagan, and he was the he was the mayor and the municipal judge. I know a lot of cases were sent over to that court,
From the county.
Well, locally, yes. Like kids who got in trouble for speeding or tickets or things like that, they were sent to that court and they were either fined or they had to do community service. So I think a lot of the smaller cases that weren't referred to a larger court like the county court were sent over to the municipal court or were scheduled in that court. So I know I'm not sure how many cases Mr. Humphreys handles. He's the municipal.
He's the current.
Yes, he's the current municipal judge.
Oh, okay.
And so, but they do quite a few cases, and I know because I worked at the school. When kids got in trouble, they went to that court, and a lot of them were given community service.
Which, speaking of, you used to be Chris's teacher, right?
Yes, I had him in English.
Yep. I was ticket master going to school. I was always speeding.
You were ticket master.
Mm-hmm.
Before Ticketmaster came about.
Yeah.
Did you go to municipal court?
I just paid the fine and I was like, here, like.
So did you go to a JP or did you go
I think
to
I
the
would talk to
municipal court?
Espinosa.
Espinosa. Yeah, at the time. I mean, he was
Yeah.
here for like 20 some odd years. So.
Yeah, at the time
He
it was
was
Espinosa.
JP1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Which is, like I said,
Yeah.
and that was in the school district, which is part of Precinct 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why wouldn't they go to you instead of JP1?
I don't know who the JP person was at that time in number 3.
But what I'm asking is,
Yeah.
like, I've noticed that anybody gets stopped, no matter what, because I know the county's huge.
Mm-hmm.
It's the third biggest in Texas. But the precincts are really like kind of they separate in here in town. You know what I mean? Because if you look at a map, Precinct 3 is very big land wise,
Yes.
but as far as like population wise, it's not very big at all. Precinct 1, the reason they get everybody, it's because the interstate's in their precinct.
Right.
So DPS reverts right to Precinct 1. But what I'm saying is like, if I get stopped at the school, which is Precinct 2, why wouldn't I go to CU as opposed to Precinct 1? And maybe you don't know the answer to that, but
No, I don't.
yeah, because I mean, I've always known that you always get referred to Precinct 1 no matter where you get stopped in town. So,
That's an interesting question.
yeah,
I
maybe
don't
you can
know.
answer that once you win. So why JP? Why not commissioner or something like that? Well, because commissioner's not running in Precinct 3. But would you run for commissioner if that was the case?
Gilda Morales is the commissioner for Precinct 3. She's actually our county commissioner for that precinct.
And how's that? I mean, is she a good commissioner and everything?
I think she is. She's a retired educator, and I'm a retired educator, and we both grew up here, and I think we have the best interest of our community at heart. We want to see it grow. We grew up here when the school was big, and we had a lot of students.
Yeah, because I was talking to Carlos about that last
Yeah.
time. Is that I mean, when I was in high school, even the attendance was. I mean, we were 2A.
Yeah.
Now we're down to like 1A, and it's like a single school.
It's like Cerro
I
Blanca.
hate to see that high school empty.
Yeah. My parents' house was the first house in Clark Heights. And then when Elcor came in, they built all those houses out there for all their workers. And our school really grew. And that's when we had a huge band that won sweepstakes with Mr. Z. And
Mr. Zamaripa.
yes, and went to state in basketball. I mean, we had a lot of students, and we were big. And that's when Gilda went to school, and I was in school. And to me, it's kind of sad to see that things have grown so small. And I think
What do you think the main reason for that is?
people moving, for jobs, the economy, and
Which is another thing we talked about last time, right? We talked about like how we had a chance to have one of the prisons here and stuff like that.
yeah.
So, I mean, I know there's not much JP can do, but
Right.
as far as that goes, but yeah, that's a big reason I would love to get into politics is because of that. I want to see my town grow too. I want to, I hate the fact that people don't even cruise around in town no more.
They don't.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like you remember back in the day how it
Yeah.
was. Like I mean, everybody would be, and not in a bad way, but there'd be kids out cruising, which kind of made the town look populated.
Right.
So and now it's just like on a Sunday, it's just
It's dead.
tumbleweeds and birds
That's
flying
what-
around.
As a matter of fact, after I got out of work, I think I went for a cruise.
Yeah, that street's dead.
and I was like, wow. I'm like, well, I guess it's time for me to go home. 'Cause
I think a lot has to do with technology, though. I mean, because honestly, everybody it's kind of cruising through internet now. You know what I mean? Everybody's
Yeah.
on Facebook and just posting stuff on Instagram and stuff like that. So, do you plan to campaign on Facebook any, or because I know Judge Rios does that a lot.
I'll use Facebook, and I know a lot of our older people in our community might not be on Facebook, but some of them are. But I like going and talking to people at their homes, and I found that real effective last time when I ran. And so
Oh, so you've run before?
yes, when Miss Kincaid's seat was up before, I ran, but as a write-in candidate.
Oh, okay.
And write-ins historically don't do well.
You know what? I think Espinosa was telling me he was the last write-in to actually get elected.
Right. So
Oh wow.
Yeah.
it's real hard to get in. as a
Yeah, because I
write-in.
think a lot of people, and I hate to say it, but they kind of just, you go in to vote, and if you don't go in to vote with political views, you go in to vote just because you feel like you have to vote, and at that time, it's more of a robot type attitude that you go in there and you check which one looks better. So you just kind of, as long as they're on the ballot, you'll vote for them. But if if they're right in, then you just either one you forget or you just don't do it. So
But like I said, whether Michael wins or I win, Michael has a lot of experience working with DPS and the safety issues on the highway. He's dealt with that, and and I think he would do a good job, and I think I would do a good job if I won, because I have the research skills and the law. I have law classes in my background, so I just want our precinct to be well represented, and I think that's important. And as a part of this community, I'm a homeowner. I'm a retired educator here, and
And you pay taxes.
yes, I pay taxes that support the school and the hospital and the county and the city, and I feel that that's important. You know, that we support our community in a lot of different ways. When I lived in El Paso, I was on the board of directors at the Museum of Art, and I worked for the Red Cross for 30 years. So I've always been real involved in the communities where I've lived, because I feel that's important to give back.
That's true.
And that's how you get to know people. When I go to El Paso, I still teach part-time for community college online. When I go to El Paso, I'll be in a store or I'll be somewhere and someone will say, "Hey, I had you for English at Mountain View High School or EPCC."
That's crazy.
Or you were my lifeguard instructor. So to me, it's important. The more involved you are, the more connections you have with your community.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So,
I mean,
I need to get out more.
yeah, you need to get out
I
more.
need to get out
Yeah.
more.
behind that kitchen,
The
man.
kitchen, yeah.
So, well, that's good to hear. I'm wishing you the best of luck, and I hope
thank
the
you.
you know, and I hope this helps, you know, because this is what we're here for. You know, we're really trying to let people know what all these candidates are about and stuff like that, because you know, most of the time everybody just votes and never knows any political views that anybody offers, man. That's the problem.
And I think this is a very neat opportunity to use social media tools, you know, to get your information out there. And this is a unique opportunity in Van Horn because we're so small.
Yeah. So we put this together on behalf of an idea. What was it? An idea and probably a beer at a bar.
Beer, yeah.
So
That's exactly what happened.
That's what did happen.
That's
you know?
where great ideas are born.
Yeah. So I mean, and we've got quite a few responses. Last week's episode was actually viewed by I think it was up to 500 viewers.
That's good.
So the base is growing. You know, we got more people watching and stuff like that, and you know, like I told Carlos, whether 10 or 15 people extra vote for you, that's 10 or 15 votes that might win the election.
Right.
You know. So I went by Subway this weekend, and you were working there.
Yes, I work at Subway tonight.
And so let us know. I mean, because you told me some interesting stories then. You know, you were like that certain people got upset because of the interview and stuff like that. But I mean, I didn't understand why, because you know, a lot of these people, you know, a lot of people want to say stuff, but like for you, for example, they don't have the guts to come on. You know, I don't know why that is. You know, people tell me left and right, "Can I be on your show? Can I be on your show?" And I told them, "Sure, come
More
in."
than welcome.
And then the day it comes to, they just don't. I mean, I have something to do, or I'm not gonna do it, or they just don't answer me.
Oh.
You know, which I think is kind of weird. You know, I just really wish I really would love everybody who's running for office to come on. I would love for everybody, because that way it's not just your view. You know, it's everybody.
Everyone's.
Everyone has a chance to show their side, their goods and bads, and you know, ups and ins, or whatever you want to call it, and they have a chance, you know, for people to actually make whoever watches the show, you know, because 500 people is a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, so I know a lot of, like you said, a lot of older people aren't into social media and probably don't watch this, but eventually, like, you know, I got a feeling Carlos's episode sparked a little more people to watch it, due to the fact is, hey, have you heard the
Right.
judge is on this internet thing, or he's on the computer and stuff like that, so they tend to watch it and see what he has to say. So
Well, I think that it's important that no matter who people go out and vote for, that they be informed and that they make educated decisions about why they're voting. And before they make statements about what's going on in the county or the city or the school district, they should talk to people who know what's going on.
That's true.
So that they are educated and don't make blanket statements that...
because things aren't going their way.
Right.
Yeah.
And, you know, there are things going on in our county that a lot of people might not know, you know, like the oil and gas things that are going on.
And you were telling about that, sir. Can you elaborate on that by any chance?
Well, I know that the school has... I'll let, if they want to talk about it, they can, but I know that they've benefited money wise from that already, which I think is great. And as an educator, I taught in El Paso in brand new schools that were very energy efficient and really nice schools. And then when I came back here to teach, I was going, oh my God, oh my God, this is really sad.
It's the same school I went to.
Because, and I enjoy teaching here, but the schools are in such bad shape. And I would rather just see them all go and one brand new, energy efficient, really nice complex be built that is more cost efficient, because y'all went to the high school.
Yeah, we did.
It'd be like freezing cold in the winter and really hot in the summer because the system is just so old and so inefficient. And I'd really, and I talked to school board members about this. I would vote for if they tore all the old buildings down and had one really nice new complex.
I think
built.
I would too. I think that they need to do that.
I agree, because I think it'd be more cost efficient and more energy efficient. The rooms would be bigger. You know how crowded we were.
Yeah.
And
But not only that, but
so-
especially technology wise, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like catch up with the rest of the school districts
Right.
around the area, because Fort Hancock, was it Tornillo's
and
got a new
Tornillo,
school?
have you seen their state of the art I mean, that building's beautiful.
Yeah, and I know we were talking about it last time, but it's because they're so close to the border and stuff like that they get grants that we don't. But I mean, I'm pretty sure eventually there's got to be something we can do.
Right.
I just don't see us staying. I mean, like I said, that when was that building built?
The high school, the wing that we were in was the newest part of the high school. I'm not sure what year the original building was built, but I can tell you that when I was in 8th grade, that was when the track was built. We were the first group to actually get to run track on that track.
Which, by the way, is getting fixed.
Thank
right?
gosh,
Yeah.
finally.
Which, man, I didn't understand why, because we used to have awesome track meets here.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I remember every year they would fix, or they maintain at least, would be the track.
Right.
So, and apparently they're going to redo the whole deal.
Well, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, they're going to redo. Are they redoing the field house as well?
I believe so. I'm a big track person. My dad was a big track coach here, and I actually ran track in college too. So I'm one of the few girls who went out and did college sports after high school. So
Cool.
I'm excited about them redoing that and making it nice again.
Because we have a really good track team. I mean, they went to state. You know what I mean? So it's not like we're just doing it because we just want a nice track. I think we need to cater to the sports that we really excel in. You know what I mean? Like volleyball, for example. Volleyball is another sport that these girls go every year to like playoffs and stuff like that, and they bring home trophies.
And, And when I talked to board members, I told them, I've worked at schools where, the gym complexes. Well, I worked at Mountain View High School, and their gymnasium had like several gyms all in one building, and they could put dividers down if they had several games going on at one time. So you wouldn't have a team down at the red school and over here and one over here.
Yeah.
They were all in one complex playing the games, which was really nice.
Yeah.
And I mean, we have an awesome little dribblers program here.
Yeah, we do.
And a nice gym complex like that would be great.
Yeah, at least not. I mean, because I know like most of the time when you go to a high school, you want to, it's a good game or a big game, you want to go to the gym that's more how can I put, outfitted for those type of games, and I understand maybe a practice gym would help a lot,
right?
And you're right, in one single complex, because it's true, because anybody could be walking down that road and either get hit by a car or something happen, from here to there, something goes wrong, and I those kind of stuff, it falls back on the district, because I mean that they're responsible for the time that they're in school and stuff like that. So,
and I even told him, I know a lot of people have emotional attachments to old buildings, which is okay.
Which I did too. I did too at the beginning.
But I worked for the YWCA in El Paso and different organizations. So when they were doing renovations, they would actually like auction off bricks from the building.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I could buy a brick for $100 and my name would go on the donation wall. And when they tore that part of the building down,
your name would be put up on the new one.
Your name would be put up, and the money would go back into that facility. And I think one board member told me they did that with the old Cowboy Stadium. and they auctioned off.
That's probably with like Jerry Jones needs any more money.
But that would be something fun to do. Auction off bricks from the building, or to let alumni take part in the new changes that would happen. But I would really like to see one new big complex that's nice, up to date, not falling down and leaking.
Well, again, I really wish you the best campaign. I really hope you get out there and win. And I really, I salute you for coming on the show, because I know most people don't have the guts to come on here. And, no, for real. I'm serious. I'm being serious. But,
well, I appreciate you inviting me and allowing me to come on. And I've enjoyed it. And thank you. And I'll see y'all at Subway, or I'll come eat where you.
I mean, you can stick around, because we got about 20 minutes left in the show. Can you hang in 20 more minutes?
Oh, sure.
So, what do you got for us today, dude?
What else we got going on here?
Yeah, that's what I'm about to ask you.
Let's talk about me.
What are you cooking?
No. Oh, well, not today. I'm doing today at the restaurant. Oh, first of all, anyone in Van Horn, we are looking at El Capitan. We're looking for people. We need two housekeepers, front desk, clerk.
Who quit?
We just need people. We need a part-time bartender, a part-time server, and then a prep cook.
Man, y'all are hiring then.
Basically, yeah. So I'm getting out there. If you guys and people, when you put in your applications, you're gonna have to understand that you are. If you get hired, you're gonna be on the bottom.
Well, you got to work your way up, just like any
exactly.
job. Yeah.
So you're going to have to sacrifice your weekends. So only those people who want to work. Please
if you guys really need a job and you're willing to work on weekends, which make sure that's in bold print right there.
Yes, right. Weekends.
So you're more than welcome to put an application at Capitan. Yes. Look at Ralph Gilmore.
Yeah, Ralph Gilmore.
Which.
So
what happened?
What happened?
Did none of that backlash on you from last week?
No. I don't think he's been watching, so we can keep talking crap. But yeah, so now like today, today I'm gonna do a pork chop special with a homemade applesauce. So
like a homemade apple sauce that goes on top of the pork chop, or what?
Yeah.
That sounds really good.
And the last couple of days we had the chicken penne romano pasta with a white wine sauce, with garlic and then you were
telling me and Miss Hill about your what happened with the accomplishments, or what's going on that y'all are making money, or what's the deal?
We were neck and neck with Paisano for the month of December.
And is that a big deal?
It is because from last year's sales, and you look at this year's, we did more revenue. So food was up, like everything, and we would have probably beaten Paisano if we had the first floor done at the hotel.
So the first floor isn't even done. So you're telling me no one stays on the first floor?
Wow.
You open the door and you can look both ways, and it's like a big hall.
So tell me anybody that stays at Capitan stays on the second floor.
Everything's on the second floor. I didn't know that, and I've been here for 2 years, and it's been open for 4 years?
Yeah.
But hopefully Ralph was talking.
You got to tell Joe Duncan to put the pedal to the metal, man.
Well, hopefully this year they'll get started on it, and of course, Cass Luna, he's our maintenance guy. He's only one man.
Right.
And
they need to hire a contractor and just get it done, dude.
Yeah. Money.
Yeah. But you just told me you are making money.
Oh yeah, but still, we yesterday we had a meeting and stuff like that, and there were that Joe Duncan, pretty much is a $2 million loan kind of thing, so any of that money that
y'all make, it goes towards the loan.
It has to, so it's a work in progress.
Do you feel that that revenue or these statistics are due to you becoming a chef there?
I have no idea. I really don't.
Be honest, dude.
I do. I seriously don't know.
Do you feel that you've had more clients since you started? Or at least people go more?
I feel like that, a lot of people have, said that we've heard good compliments.
It's okay to toot your own horn,
no,
bro.
but I really don't know. Like, I've heard people, it's, a lot better. The food comes out at efficient time now. I don't play around.
I've heard good things. I've heard good things to compare how it was. Yeah. I have. I've heard real good things.
The last chef that was there, her spinach and artichoke dip was
Horrendous.
red. It was red. And you know, when I started
them-
working and training, and
She got them special red spinaches from California.
Yeah, no, it
happened.
just ended up turning into it's paprika, and I was all, and apparently she liked paprika and everything, and I was like, no, spinach and artichoke dip's not supposed to be red. It's a creamy color.
So, what else you got going on?
Oh my gosh! So I was reading here. This is stupid. This is really stupid. Okay, man allegedly kills stepdad with atomic wedgie.
What?
Yeah. It was a former Marine and his stepfather in Oklahoma, and it ended up with his stepfather's death, you know, by underwear.
By underwear?
Yes.
Like, how did he die?
He was arguing with his stepson, you know, and they got into a fight, and, you know, just went from there, you know. He gave his father a big wedgie, stretched the elastic, tore it and everything, and
That makes no sense to me.
yeah, exactly. And it really doesn't.
doesn't
You know,
elaborate.
there's still, you know, we're still continuing investigation and uncover evidence that led us to believe that
I'm thinking
it was
it's more
just
of the
more than a
shock.
fight. Yeah,
More of the shock that killed him than anything.
no, but oh my gosh, and here in a condom company did an online poll to see, you know, what 50 states.
I feel that you're holding back because of Miss Hill.
You don't
I think that's what's going on here.
All right, so a condom company took a poll to see what states have purchased the bigger condom. I guess you know, like the Magnum, you know, the extra. And it turns out that North Dakota is one of the leading states. So I think they got something going on over there.
They have people living there.
Yeah.
You figure, you know, that's kind of weird considering it's freaking cold up there.
Yeah, seriously. You know, and the weather is just crazy. What was it? I saw on Facebook a couple of weeks ago because, you know, I guess the upstates, they're like going like blizzard type, you know.
Oh yeah.
They're in the Arctic vortex.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's called, you know. And then I guess apparently it only happens once, you know, years, like, you know. And
So decades. Man, look at you're even sweating
I
because of
know.
this stuff, man.
I remember seeing
Which it
a
is gonna-
reporter. She had a like a cup like this, and she had hot water. She's let me demonstrate how cold it is out there.
Mm-hmm.
She went outside and threw the cup of water into the air before it even hit the ground. And it turned to ice.
No, it didn't, dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
You serious?
Yeah, seriously. Like it looked like snow.
That's some day after tomorrow stuff right there, man. It is going to be kind of chilly today. We're looking at 56 degrees today for the high, 49 for the low, 35 tonight.
It feels like spring though.
I have a friend
On days it does.
in Illinois who called the other day and said it's 30 below zero up here.
That's very cold.
He said, "What is it down there?" I said, "I think it's like 58 today."
That's ridiculous, man. I would not. I can put up with the sandstorms. Forget that.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's every now and then compared to like the heat, the
Yeah.
tornadoes, the hurricanes and stuff like that. That's why I'd rather just visit tropical places instead of live there, man.
Yeah,
So-
I can't. Yeah.
So it's cold.
On another thing that you might actually find interest in, the first week of marijuana sales in Colorado amounted to $5 million.
Yes.
And there's stocks for sales already.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
$5 million in 1 week, projected $600 million by the end of the year.
But
In marijuana sales.
they've already had people driving high that hit DPS cars.
Already?
Which,
Oh.
which, you know
It's
what?
gonna happen.
That was on the news today.
Which I knew that stuff was gonna happen. They gotta regulate marijuana just like they do alcohol.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? They just got, DWIs for people that are driving high. Simple as that. And I promise you, they'll stop it. You give them a big ticket, you take away their license, and they'll stop it.
Oh yeah.
Well, maybe not even then, because some people don't even.
How do you feel about that? Legalizing. Well, like Colorado, that January 1st. They
Yeah. Well,
you
if
know.
you look at the history of the issue, it was legal in the United States up until the early 1940s. And then it became illegal during Prohibition. But, Henry Ford developed a car, and the body of the car was made out of hemp fiber. It's one of the strongest fibers on the planet. And then he had a biofuel made out of hemp oil and byproducts and drove the car around the country. But, of course, the oil industry didn't want to deal with that. It
Yeah.
would take revenue away from them. But
Of course.
But I'm hoping that if it becomes legal again and it's regulated and taxed, it will cut down on some of the violence and the killings that we see. Because the war on drugs, even though I'm an educator and I probably shouldn't be saying this, I'm retired, the war on drugs is not working. And
I think the easiest way to win the war is, and you know, I
is
think
to control it.
Well, I think if you legalize it, and then tax the crap out of it, just like you do
Yes.
cigarettes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know,
and,
cigarettes,
and alcohol.
$7.
$7.
Yeah.
I remember
$3
back
of
in
that is
2000
$3 of that is tax.
Yeah.
2004. I remember going to the smoke shop. $3.50. I was like, yeah.
When
Oh,
I was
yeah.
growing up, cigarettes were 25 cents a pack.
Oh wow.
You know, but that's what I'm saying is like that's the easiest way to control it
Right.
is to go ahead and legalize it because then it eliminates small crimes of marijuana. You're gonna have less people in jail.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that takes partial problem to the overcrowding of prisons.
Right.
You know what I mean? Then most likely they're not. You know, don't get me wrong. I almost know if you legalize marijuana, eventually the other drugs are gonna go. You know, you're gonna see a rise in crime activity with cocaine and with heroin and with meth and stuff like that. That's just a given because I don't know what it is about people, but they tend to do stuff they like to do stuff that they're not told to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm one of them.
Right.
No, I'm one of those people. You tell me not to do it, I will find a loophole. You know, that's just me. You know, you have to cover all your bases with me. You have to tell me.
You should know that you were his teacher.
Well, I just I agree with it because I think if they tax it and control it and regulate it, I think it would be a lot easier than fighting this, spending millions and billions of dollars.
Well, yeah, because that's what I'm saying.
fighting this.
They're paying all these people to fight the war, which is probably one of the biggest costs is their payroll.
Mm-hmm.
You know, on top of that, they have to fund it to whatever they need to do to fight it. You know, so it's a tough deal. It's a tough deal, man. You know, but I just don't see Texas becoming.
Yeah.
I don't see Texas legalizing marijuana for a long time.
For a
Well,
very long time.
El Paso's mayor and politicians have already discussed that issue and have been before Congress discussing that issue that they wanted it legalized. So
In El Paso.
in Texas because of the issue we have with the border.
Well,
So,
that's true.
yeah.
You know, that's true. That would help them off a lot, too, because why are you going to smuggle in drugs where you can just go to 7-Eleven and buy some? You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's true, though, right?
Yeah,
Think
it
about
is.
it. Why am I going to be in dark alleyways looking for a drug dealer, hoping the cop won't stop me when you can have it legal and just go to 7-Eleven and actually make revenue for the country? You know? So, we'll see how that turns out. We'll see how that
it'll
turns
be
out.
interesting nationwide.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if it's in a few states, what's the rest of the country going to do? So it'll be interesting to see.
Who adapts along with
Yeah.
it first.
Right.
Yeah, I'm curious to see who's the next state. Like they were saying that
Let's see,
the playoff game, the Seahawks and Denver's going to be the Marijuana Bowl.
The marijuana.
So it's Washington and Colorado. Is that pretty?
The Nugget Bowl.
The Nugget Bowl, yeah. You know, so that's pretty crazy. I mean, I don't think there's nothing wrong with legalizing it. I think it'd be a lot better that way. But
I know. It make
That's just my opinion.
Make going through the
going to the checkpoint a lot easier,
a
Chris.
little easier. Instead of going around it.
So what else you got going on today, dude? Before you incriminate yourself anymore.
Oh my god, yeah, no. Well, no, as a matter of fact, I was reading here online, Mexican vigilantes seized a town from drug cartel.
Oh wow.
Wow.
They armed civilians in 100 pickup trucks rolled into Nueva Italia. or
Oh,
something.
lynch mob and stuff.
Yeah, and they were saying that they were shot. They were shooting from 2 locations. That lasted an hour and a half, and this is a population of 40,000 people.
And they got the town back.
And they got the town back.
Wow.
Which
You
see,
know,
but that
so-
just tells you if one group of people can get it back, it's like this, dude. It's like this. It's the grasshoppers and the ants deal.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There's more people if they were just to fight back than drug cartel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but power's in numbers, easy. So if you get a bunch of people to if a drug cartel comes in and tries to take over, just arm them, dude. Give them AK-47s or whatever, and I guarantee that cartel won't take over.
Ooh, hold on one second. This is my sister.
Put her on the line. Let's put her on the line, man. Let's put her on the show.
Hey, Christina, what's up? I'm going good. Do you want to be on air real quick, or we're doing our show right now? Yeah.
Tell her she has to come on the show now. You interrupted.
Huh? Okay. Oh no. Do you want to go online? Do you want to be on the air? Do you want to be on the air? All right, babe. Okay. All right, love you. I'll call you back when I'm done.
What did she say?
She's like, oh no, I just wanted to call, tell you I love you.
Tell her next time she interrupts, she's going on. You should just let me plug it in.
Do we have any local events coming up, like dances or any? We have the
what are we?
stock show. We have the
Oh
stock
yeah,
When is
show
the stock
coming
show?
Is this
This
weekend?
This weekend, yeah, this coming weekend. So
The 4-H stock show.
Yes.
So you guys go check it out, which I probably won't because I'm not into it. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna be honest.
But when I was in school growing up, we had
That was part of school.
We had future homemakers.
Yeah.
And
FHA?
FHA, and we had a choir. I actually went to state choir 2 years in a row, which was great. And then we had ag, and we had huge groups of students.
That's what I'm saying. Back then they had like a bunch of stuff.
We had a
Nowadays
lot of
we don't
stuff.
have like.
I know, like
and
what was?
one year we even had a jazz band that performed on a radio show in El Paso. So I mean, there's been a lot of changes and a lot of things have disappeared, but. I know Miss Scott teaches culinary arts.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Home ec.
Yeah.
Man, if they had that when I was in school,
Yeah, that would
I
have been right up your alley.
right there.
Yeah.
I would have outshined everyone.
Yes.
You'd have gone to state.
But check out the 4-H show, this stock show this
Yeah, you guys
weekend.
check out the 4-H
Yeah.
if you get a chance. It's going to be over here at
Yes,
the
yeah.
rodeo or next to the rodeo.
Right.
Yeah, which I've always wondered, man. If they make those kids make quite a bit of money on those animals, right?
Yeah, they have cows and pigs and rabbits and chickens. And
Yeah, but they sell them to people.
Yes.
People buy them, and I mean, man, that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
but that's good.
So, anything on the Golden Globes last night?
That's it. I didn't get to watch that. I
You
got
gotta
out
watch
of
the Golden
work.
Globes?
I got out late.
Jennifer, what was it, Lawrence?
Jennifer
Yes.
Lawrence.
She
I love her.
photobombed.
For American Hustle.
Yeah,
Yes.
she won. But
I want to see that movie.
I do want to see
actually.
that too. I want to see that one and The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really enjoy those type of movies.
Yeah.
But she photobombed Taylor Swift. And then it's or video bombed her. They were Ryan Seacrest was interviewing her, and she kind of like walks up all like
does
creepy
that.
wise.
She
and
does
then
that.
and then she tells her like when she gets up there, I really wanted to throw you down the steps, and and I was like, what?
This is
So-
better than what Kanye did.
Oh, but Kanye's a whole different story.
It's that's
So, but I think that's pretty cool. I'm the Golden Globes are for movies. Is that what they're mainly for?
And
movies,
television.
television
And
shows.
television.
Yeah.
So TV and movies.
I think Breaking Bad was the big winner. One of the big winners.
Oh, that's
last
such a
night.
good show.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm really into Sons of Anarchy.
Are you watching it on Netflix?
Yeah, man. I'm on season 5 already.
I'm still trying to get through season 3 of Walking Dead.
I'm not too fond. I tried Walking Dead and
No, I'm
I
not a
couldn't.
zombie person.
Yeah, I'm not near mine. But that's what I was gonna say. Another thing, Sons of Anarchy is aired on FX, which is a cable network. But nonetheless, if you have TV, you get FX. You know what I mean? If you have cable at your house, you get FX. But even basic cable gets FX. And some of the stuff they air on Sons of Anarchy is really like, it's really mature, or how can I put it? It's like they show people having sex. They show people like they cuss all the time and stuff like that. So it makes me wonder, like when we were talking about it earlier, America's really getting a leniency with all this stuff. 10 years or 15 years ago, anything with profanity was just refused on TV.
Do it.
Right.
It was, you couldn't put it on at all. And now it's, dude, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, Sons of Anarchy is really vivid, so, and I mean, I think it's better that way because it shows the realism of it compared to like kind of tippy-toeing around the whole Full House type atmosphere, which was a good show. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, we knew those songs didn't come on when they had to talk with the kids. So, but anyways, what else you got ahead to do?
I think that's pretty much.
That's pretty much it
yeah.
today. You did your research today, man.
Oh no, I got out late. Then I woke up this morning and.
So you're not gonna be with us next Monday, dude?
Next Monday, I will not be here.
You're gonna be in AZ. You'll be actually on your way back from Arizona.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just got to get out of this town for a bit.
Yeah, you get a little stir crazy, and then you haven't left at all, huh?
I haven't.
You haven't. I mean, besides El Paso, to go and watch movies every now and then.
Yeah, but other than that, I've been.
Which I love to do too. It's a really good escape from reality.
A good movie coming up is called Monuments Men. It's based on the true story about the military who went to find all the art treasures that were hidden from the Nazis.
Oh.
So that one's coming out early in February. So that'll be interesting to watch that, because when the Nazis went in, everybody hid all their art, all their stuff, and when they went into Paris, the people had taken everything out of the Louvre, and it's huge.
Yeah.
They had taken everything out and hidden all of it. And then when the war was over, every single piece of art went back into that museum. They brought it all back. So it's kind of interesting. I like the mystery stuff like that. So that one's coming out early in February about how they go search for clues to find all these hidden art treasures. And in America, when they thought the Nazis were going to come in, they were going to send all the major artworks to the Biltmore Estate in North Carolina.
I love movies about money. That's why I want to see American Hustle, and that's why I want to see
Wolf of
Wall Street. Yeah, like I really like, because especially about people that just come up with ideas and get rich like it.
Yeah.
Like that, I think that's awesome.
I wish I could do that.
Well, y'all start a radio show.
Yeah, we could have.
That's right.
Remember Josh and Ross got picked up by E.
Yeah.
So you never know the Chief show.
That's right.
Chiefing it up with Chief. But anyways, once again, thank you, Miss Hill, for coming on the show.
Thank you.
I enjoyed it.
We wish you the best of luck, and
Thank
hopefully,
you.
Michael Davis, you're more than welcome to come on here too and tell your political views. And like she said, you're a great opponent, and hopefully one of y'all's gonna get it. So
yeah.
Other than that.
And it's good to see you, Chris. And
I know.
I need to come eat at your restaurants.
You come stop by.
Okay, thank you.
So you guys have a good Monday morning. Have a good week. I think we're just gonna be doing the show on Mondays, dude. I'm really busy during the week just to kind of kill it on
Mondays.
Thursday. Yeah, so we'll change. Just so y'all know, most of the time it's gonna be on Mondays, guys. If y'all don't see us on Thursdays, but I'm really leaning towards just doing it on Mondays, 9 a.m. Kind of change it a little more earlier.
Yep.
So you guys have a good day. Hopefully we'll see you next Monday with Mr. Brian Rivera if he's available.
He better be.
Which he will be.
I'll tell him at Subway tonight.
Yeah. So you guys have a good show and enjoy the rest of your week. We'll see you when we see you.
Laters.
Bye.